Hey, it's Dr. J, and this is a word or two. In God we trust. Listen, last year was such a tough year for me, and there were so many things going on in my life that I couldn't control. And it's not so much that there were so many things going on, but there were so many things going on all at once. And it was challenging. And while I believed God, I was forced into a new place in terms of what I believed about God and how I trusted Him. And so while I was visiting a good friend in the Seychelles, we decided to take a hike to the top of a mountain. And that climb, my goodness, it was arduous, it was continuous, it was twisty and windy and narrow in places. And it seemed to go on forever. But the funny thing about that climb was we were able to find some beautiful things, some lovely things about the scenery as we were climbing. At one point, we were trying to figure out, why did we even try to do this? You know, the climb was continuous. It seemed like it would never stop. When were we going to get to the top? Kind of like my issues. When are these things going to stop? At one point, we got tired of climbing, but we started to encourage ourselves. And the same way I got tired of climbing, I got tired of navigating the undesirable circumstances and the view. Listen, suddenly we broke forth and we were on the top of the mountain, and the view was priceless. It was worth every struggle. It was worth every twist, every bend, every maneuver. Y'all, I could see for miles. I saw other islands. We saw beautiful parts of the Indian Ocean. The cars looked like matchbox cars down there on the ground. And I'd never seen this type of view before on my own. The message, it was plain and clear. As I stood at the top of that mountain, just surveying this panoramic view, God spoke to me in that moment and He said, "You see how you can see such a wide view, Jen? You see how you can see so many things at one time? That's how I see your life. That's how I see your circumstances right now. I have the same type of, in fact, my view is 360. You have to keep turning and turning in order to see more and more, but I can see so much more than you would ever be able to see when you're on the ground." That meant that God had my entire existence in His hands. He had it under control. In that moment, He told me to just trust Him to take care of me, that He had my back. And in that moment, y'all, I accepted the challenge. Listen, Matthew 11:28-30 says this: "Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me." He says, "Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me, work with me, watch how I do it." I learned the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, God says, and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. Ah, we can all exhale, right? Because He's got it. Sometimes when God doesn't move the mountains in our lives, He simply gives us the strength to climb. And the mountain can be worth the climb, and the view is breathtaking from the top, because in God we trust. Listen, this is Dr. J, and this was a word or two.